Hey everybody, Matt the Grow Guy live from the R&M Grow Lab. I want to take a moment of your time to discuss the line of Digilux bulbs and why they're superior lighting technology for your indoor garden. Before I can fully explain to you why the Digilux is a better lamp for your indoor garden, we must fully understand the difference between a digital ballast and a core and coil ballast. A digital ballast, like the next gen, will operate at approximately 50,000 hertz, which means this ballast is going to deliver a signal to the bulb, causing it to cycle approximately 50,000 times per second. As a result of this exceptionally high frequency, the amount of voltage drop is imperceivable, meaning that the light remains constantly on, or appears constantly on to the human eye as well as the plant. This is not the case with the core and coil ballast. A core and coil ballast, a much older technology, cycles at approximately 60 hertz per second, which means over the course of a second, that bulb is going to cycle approximately 60 times. This is going to lead to a fair amount of voltage drop, which is also then going to correspond to a decrease in the amount of light coming to the plant. So 60 times a second, that bulb is going to drop or dim or flicker. This flickering is perceivable by the plant, and if you were to take a high-speed camera and put it in front of the bulb, you would also see this flickering that's going on. There are other problems also associated with bulbs that were designed to operate on core and coil ballast and their compatibility with the new digital ballast, which operate at a much higher frequency. If you were to use, say, a Hortilux bulb with a next-gen ballast or any other digital ballast on the market, you may find that you have premature failing, detonation, or catastrophic failure. This is a result of the bulb being designed for an older technology, i.e. a core and coil ballast. So if you're running a core and coil ballast, there's no problem running some of these older bulbs, but if you're about to make the step to a newer technology, a digital ballast, electronic ballast, you're going to want to maximize your dollar and get the most out of your lighting technology. And how do you do that? You pair it with a bulb that's specifically designed to take advantage of that much higher frequency, i.e. the Digilux bulb. So what we have here is we have a head-to-head comparison in which we're going to look at the Digilux versus the Hortilux. In a head-to-head comparison, we have two fixtures that are placed approximately 24 inches from a foot candle meter. I also have a par meter here as well, which will measure photosynthetically active radiation being emitted by both of these bulbs, and we'll review the readings. One other thing that's important for you to note as a gardener is that when we take a bulb, such as a Hortilux, that's not designed for a digital ballast, not only will we not receive the true benefit of the higher technology, it also may lead to premature failure or lumen depreciation. So maybe the bulb might not fail, as in that it won't strike or ignite, or it may not detonate or catastrophically fail, but over the course of maybe a week, a couple weeks, you're going to see a sizable difference in the amount of light that's being emitted by that bulb. And that's because the bulb is not designed to handle that 50,000 hertz. So when you're making your lighting decisions for your indoor garden and you're forking out all this cash to try and get the most out of your dollar, think about matching appropriate technologies with one another. This would include matching a digital ballast with a Digilux bulb. So I'm going to step out of frame for a moment and allow these bulbs to come up to full temperature so they're operating efficiently and we can get accurate readings. And we'll take a quick look at the foot candle readings as well as the par readings and then discuss the results and what they mean. Be right back. Now that we've brought the lamps up to temperature and they're operating at full juice, we'd like to zoom in and take a look at the foot candle meter associated with the Digilux bulb, which would be the left-hand side. As you can see, we're reading at about 100,000 foot candles. It says a 100.3, that's a base 1,000, so that's about 100,400 foot candles. If we look at the Hortilux side, we can see the value as about 68,500 foot candles. So we turn the lights on, let them come up to full temperature, exact same reflectors, exact same ballasts, and you can see a marked difference in the improvement between the Digilux versus the Hortilux. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to step into frame for a moment. I'm going to turn on the par meter and I'm going to take some par readings so you can see the amount of photosynthetically active radiation that each bulb puts out. As far as I'm concerned, this is a far more accurate means for method for measuring the intensity or the effectiveness that an artificial indoor grow light puts out with regards to your plants. So I'm going to step into frame and we can take a reading. Now if we zoom in, we'll be able to get a reading on that meter as well. We're looking at a value of about 830 par. That's exceptionally high. According to NASA, you need about 800 par to grow plants very effectively in an indoor gardening environment. Let's take a look at what Hortilux is putting out. Make sure we get this accurate. Looking at about 732 par. We can obviously see that that's substantially less than the Digilux, and once again it's also less than the 800 mark, benchmark that's been really kind of set by NASA for evaluating lights using the par measurement. So as you can see from what we've just done, the Digilux is not only superior in foot candles, it's also superior in photosynthetically active radiation. Once again, Matt the Grow Guy here. Thanks for stopping by. Peace.